Time for ACC basketball from Carmichael Arena in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. 18th ranked Syracuse brings its 4-0 record to town to take on the North Carolina Tar Heels. Got off to a 5-0 start, but have dropped their last two once league play began. I'm Beth Mullins along with Debbie Antonelli bringing you the action. The Orange and the Tar Heels. Still early in this ACC slate. Of course, they started playing games this year prior to the holiday break. Georgia Tech at 2-0. But they, as well as Duke, have paused basketball activities. COVID-related. Syracuse is 1-0. Carolina 0-2. Everybody probably going to be chasing the preseason favorites, the Louisville Cardinals. One of the reasons for the Orange start, an outstanding rookie class, Debbie, led by the 6'7" Brazilian Camila Cardoso.
Best class Quentin Hillsman's ever had at Syracuse. This is the highest rated recruit he's ever had. Number 5 in the freshman class, Camila Cardoso at 6'7". She dominates the middle of the floor, shoots 60% from inside the paint. She is a terrific rebounder, a great shot blocker on that back row, and averages 14 points in 15 minutes of play. And she will be challenged on the inside by the experienced Janelle Bailey, down 25 pounds. 12 points and 8 boards a game, a preseason first team all selection in the ACC, and she's going to have to be effective. North Carolina is going to need to establish her early against the front line of Syracuse.
There's the problem from the non-conference into league play, and a little shake-up for the Carolina shooters, perhaps, with the numbers dropping down. Courtney Bangert will start 3 freshmen today to see if they can rediscover their scoring touch and their shooting touch, Debbie.
Well, they haven't shot it well from outside the arc, only 14%. That's part of the reason why Janelle Bailey is such a factor early from them, because in the ACC games also, as they tip off, Beth, they have not been getting to the free throw line, so they need to start this game playing very aggressively.
Dark jerseys for the Orange, the home whites for the Tar Heels. Tiana back in the lineup for Syracuse. Appeared to have a foot injury at the end of their Miami game. But she rejoins Kiara Lewis in one of the top backcourts in the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Tiana practiced yesterday, although she's been bothered by that foot injury. And right now on the season, she has more turnovers than assists.
Ustby, Kelly, and Poole, the 3 freshmen, along with Stephanie Watts and Janelle Bailey. Watts, the grad student, one of the top 3-point shooters in North Carolina history.
When we talk about the North Carolina freshmen, Syracuse has a couple of really good freshmen as well. We mentioned Cardoso. Priscilla Williams is another threat on the outside with size who can score.
And a touchdown on the low block for Cardoso, and a foul from Anya Poole, giving up 5 inches underneath the 6'2" freshman from Raleigh.
Not a surprise to see Quentin Hillsman's Syracuse team take the ball inside and try to attack from their back to the basket with Cardoso, who is, as I mentioned, 60% from the floor.
Yeah, other than Tiana Manakai, the Orange do not shoot it well at all from the stripe. Just 58% with the freebies, and she misses them both. Watts to Kelly, one of the top recruits, top 10 in the country this year. They will be joined by a fabulous class next season. So Courtney Bangert starting to stockpile the talent in her second season.
Yeah, you put back-to-back classes together, and that's impressive, and that's what Courtney Bangert has done. Number 2 class coming in next year. All 4 recruits in the top 20.
Good on the run, and Janelle Bailey with the finish, the 6'4" senior from Charlotte on the first bucket.
Syracuse goes into their
Quentin Hillsman, Debbie, the winningest coach in Orange history, now in his 15th season. That includes a trip to the national championship game 5 years ago. And Keith's starting out a little cold. And quick substitution. Emily Enksler, the junior from New York City, checks in.
You know, I'm a big fan of Emily Enksler's game. I think she adds so much value on the floor. She's one of those players that if you're going plus minus, it's usually plus and positive. And watch how things will turn around quickly here for Syracuse with Emily Enksler on the floor.
Bailey hits from the elbow. Got the first couple of buckets for the Tar Heels. Big Miss Strautmana has had a couple of clean looks at it, unable to knock them down. Of course, for Syracuse, Debbie, we know they love to shoot the three. And on the defensive side, they will get after you, force those turnovers and try and turn them into easy buckets the other way.
They're plus 4.5 on the turnover margin this season, so they're plus on the glass also. Those are great numbers for the style of play that Syracuse plays.
Tar Heels are beating them up and down the floor right now. Another lay-in for Janelle Bailey. She's got all 6 points in the game.
Well, you can see why those pounds that she lost in the offseason have mattered in her ability to get up and down and to play longer stretches and be productive.
Orange now 0 for 6 to start the ball game. Watts, the hesitation, tried to scoop it up, and then is fouled by Strautmana.
Janelle Bailey doing a great job getting up the floor. Once North Carolina secures the rebound, Bailey runs ahead of the basketball. This is what you're supposed to do. I'm not sure last year she'd be able to make this play as efficiently as she has just showed us.
Wide open for Ustby. She'll try and take it inside. May have over-penetrated on that one and passed up on a good look. Montaya calling for the screen. Enksler lost the handle, and the Cuse turns it over.
Can't let the ball get sticky. You got to keep moving it. You got to keep cutting. The ball will find the open shooter.
Deja Kelly for 3. Hot start for Carolina. Lewis. And there's the first bucket after 6 misses for the Orange.
Kiara Lewis, the redshirt senior, first-team All-ACC guard last year. Dominated the ball last season for Syracuse. This year playing more off the ball with Montaya back. And look at the Tar Heels lighting it up.
Alyssa Ustby, freshman out of Rochester, Minnesota, coming off a 17-point performance against Miami earlier this year. Cuse trying to establish the low block, can't do it there. Watts patient, nice look to Bailey. And the Tar Heels are running by Syracuse here.
Literally running right by them, filling the lane, doing a good job on the glass. Plus 4 on the boards early, doubling up the Heels. And it's allowed them to run.
Points. Yep. Syracuse, meanwhile, just 1 for 9 to start. And the triple.
Well, look how quickly the 3 gets you right back into some sort of rhythm. But Syracuse needs to score so they can set up their pressure. And that's just terrible defense by Syracuse to allow North Carolina all the way to the rim.
Carolina had come in cold from the floor. A different story for Courtney Bangert's crew tonight. And the early lead over the Cuse. That was the celebration on Tuesday night, post-game in the Stanford locker room for T-Dog, Tara Vanderveer, who passed Pat Summitt to become the all-time wins leader with 1,099. Still active right there is Gino Ariema at 1,093. Looks like he will pick up another win tonight. They are beating Creighton in the second half. But what a night for Tara, and a pleasure for us to be there firsthand at the University of Pacific.
What an honor. An incredibly humble servant to our game, Tara Vanderveer, who handles everything so gracefully and with such first class. It was an honor to be there to witness and call that game.
35 years at Stanford, 42 years in coaching, only one losing season her entire time there, with a couple of national championships and guiding Team USA to a gold medal in 1996 in Atlanta. Tar Heels, can they keep the hot hand out of the timeout? They have assisted on all but one of their buckets so far, but really moving the ball well and getting out in transition.
Syracuse shooting it well outside the arc. That's pretty deep right there.
Way outside.
But when they score, they can set their defense. And they have not done a good job on this end of the floor matching up with the Tar Heels. North Carolina's getting any shot they want.
Offensive rebound, that one's blocked by Fickley. Second chance, up and in. Anya Poole.
Well, when I talked to Courtney Banger today, she wasn't worried about the 0-2 start. She felt like her team was young, they're gaining experience. She knows and respects how tough the ACC is. Like, that's a bad shot. I'm sorry, but if you make that in practice 6 out of 10 times, maybe you can shoot that. It's too quick.
And that will be a turnover. Here's our Sunday afternoon women's basketball doubleheader for you. We start out in Blacksburg, Virginia and Virginia Tech at noon. And then Syracuse, still on the road, will be at Boston College. That will be 2 Eastern and Chestnut Hill on the ACC Network and your ESPN app. Cuse need to be road warriors here in the first part of this ACC season, Debbie. Then they'll head home for 3 straight.
Well, keep your eye on Kenny Brooks's team at Virginia Tech. Undefeated. Elizabeth Kitley on the inside, a terrific player, and then shooters all around, including Asia Shepherd and Kayla King, who can both fill it up to give great balance to their interior game. That's a fun team to watch.
And Lewis will be called for the offensive foul, that extended hand on Watts.
So I'm a
Carolina's got all the juice right now, Debbie.
And I'm a big proponent of dribble with a purpose, to improve your angle or to go to the basket. And I think right now Syracuse spending a lot of time on the bounce, letting the ball get stuck, and that allows North Carolina to load to the ball with their defense. But you know, the thing about Coach Hillsman is his teams are better in the second half of games. They're better in the second half of the season.
Ustby, same spot, same result. And the freshman getting the start tonight has hit a couple of triples.
She was 7 for 10 in the Miami game, career high 17.
Orange, 20% shooting to start out this game here in the first quarter. They've taken from long range, Debbie.
Yeah, 14 shots, Beth. 11 have been outside the three-point line. That's a lot of threes early in the game when you know you've got size and an advantage on the inside.
You talked about establishing Cardoso. She has not been a factor thus far. Another shooter coming on for North Carolina, Petra Holoshinska, the grad transfer from Illinois and the Czech Republic. Ball screen.
Again, too much dribbling.
Well, they've been handling the pressure, Debbie.
Well, here's what you do. You get the ball to the middle, and you look to attack. You reverse it. Good setup by Deja Kelly to get Ustby open in the corner.
They finished 16 and 14 last year, before the season was cut short. Higher expectations this year, top 5 in the preseason poll in the ACC. Trying to get back to the heady days of Sylvia Hatchell and all the great teams, including a national championship side in 1994, 3 trips to the Final Four for the Women's Basketball Hall of Famer.
It's 2 fouls on Janelle Bailey. And you know what? I honestly, I thought she traveled before the charge, and I wish they'd called the travel, because I don't like to see those fouls being called when early in the game, especially when I thought she traveled. I mean, that's a contested 3.
Fouls, yep. Yeah, 15 shots, 12 of them threes. They do not have a 2-point basket here in the first quarter. And it's going to be a 3-second violation. And the pool got stuck underneath. He 0 for 2. Cardoso, by the way, does not have a shot attempt here in the first quarter. Another look from downtown. Offensive rebound, and that one won't go either. Jaldi Tabdi couldn't put it away from close range. 2 Lewis threes, a Stroutman 3. The only points in the first quarter for the Orange.
Well, North Carolina does not look like the team that's 0-2 to start the game. I mean, they have a great balance. They've been aggressive. They're looking to attack. Having no trouble handling the pressure. And, you know, when I talked to Courtney Banger today, it was the Miami game, because Miami extends their pressure as well, is good prep for Syracuse, because you know this is what you're going to get. The 1-2-2 that turns into a trapping opportunity and a foul called on Priscilla Williams.
4th on Syracuse, 1st on her. Trying to extend that trap out top, a kick ball. And you know, 20 seconds.
When you've got size and you're playing against the trap, you want to welcome 2 and then move the ball quickly so that you can get something open on the backside. And I think North Carolina is very well prepared and doing an excellent job of attacking.
Open look for Holoshinska won't go. Syracuse in transition. A good look from 3. And still unable to dial it in. 1 shot, says Courtney Banger, in the final seconds of this first quarter. 50% shooting for Carolina. And they have not turned it over against the Syracuse D. Won't go at the buzzer. They hold Syracuse without a 2-point basket through the first 10 minutes. Carolina 21-9 over undefeated and 18th ranked Syracuse. Well, there's the big showdown for the ACC Championship. Saturday at 4 Eastern on ABC. Notre Dame won the regular season meeting in double overtime, but that was without Trevor Lawrence at quarterback for Clemson. Debbie, you think that's going to be the difference this time around?
Oh, 100% going to be the difference. I mean, Trevor Lawrence is going to have a big game on the big stage and cut down the so-called proverbial nets for the ACC Championship.
I'm going to go Irish. 2 for 2 on the season against the Tigers, winning an ACC championship for their first time. Runner no good for Kiara Lewis. Second chance, no. Cuse will have a third opportunity. Priscilla Williams with the offensive rebound. And a trip to the line.
So if you're Quentin Hillsman, you're looking at your team and you're going, we're not playing well, we're not shooting it well, we're not getting any stops on the defensive end. We gave up 21 first quarter points, okay? You're going to see the Syracuse team in the second quarter be aggressive, attack, get to the glass. That play right there coming out of the break was a reject the screen, drive it hard to the basket by Lewis. Look for a little bit more of that here in the second quarter.
See if a couple of free throws can right the ship. They've missed their last 10 shots from the floor. A couple of freebies there, and they can set up some three-quarter court pressure.
But what they need to do right now is not gamble in their pressure, because it's resulting in an opportunity at the rim. You know, they need to stay a little bit more solid so they don't give up those easy buckets to the Tar Heels.
Amy Poole gets the bucket. Janelle Bailey had 8 points in that first quarter. She had more field goals than the entire Syracuse team. 4 for 5 through the first 10 minutes. Poole doing a nice job on the glass. That was her 6th rebound.
And North Carolina's ball movement outstanding in the first half. And it's one of the things that Courtney Baggert said she learned from the first 2 ACC losses, that they were getting stagnant, they needed to move better, and they certainly have done that very well.
Holoshinska didn't have a 3 in her first 2 ACC games, finally able to knock one down.
This was the second
setting up
foul.
their shooters, Debbie, real well.
Yeah, second foul Cardoso has picked up on the offensive end. But look at the inside-out action against the zone. It's exactly the way you need to attack it. Maybe Holoshinska will play better coming off the bench. I mean, she struggled in ACC play coming into the game. She was 0 for 10 from outside the line in the last 2 games.
Foul will be on Kiara Lewis. That is her 2nd. Carolina has taken a couple of charges here in the first half.
See, this right here, with Syracuse's three-quarter court pressure, if you just keep them in front. One of the things that Quentin Hilsman told me is he tries to take time off the clock to only have to guard maybe 3 passes in their offense. But North Carolina's moving it so well because the rotations for Syracuse are a pass to a pass and a half late.
Syracuse with numbers here. Engstler will take it. And one.
So here's what's good about that. They get a stop, they get a layup, they get an and one, and now they can set their defensive pressure. This is a great steal by Engstler. She makes things happen when she's on the floor. Through the contact, finishes inside, and will get a chance to go to the free throw line, and then they can set up their three-quarter court pressure.
Completes the 3-point play. 12-point North Carolina lead.
And see, this zone press is different without Kiara Lewis on the top of it, because she's very aggressive defensively, and with those 2 fouls, she has to sit.
Yeah, Lewis and Stroutmana have 2 apiece. A couple of starters out right now for the Orange. Deja Kelly, strong drive on the baseline, blown by Williams.
You know what, Beth? Deja Kelly reminds me a little bit of Taya Cooper. And the way she drives, puts the ball on the deck, gets her shoulders over her pads, if you will. Watch this explosion step right by Priscilla Williams. 2 highly rated freshmen in the ACC.
And then they forced another offensive foul on Syracuse. Jaldi Tabdi with the push off, fighting for position. 6 turnover already for Syracuse. That's more than they have field goals here in the first half. 50% shooting for the Tar Heels. Another easy look inside, and missing on that was Todd Williams. Kiara Fisher, the freshman, now running the point. She'll try for 3 and knock it down.
Zone defense, which morphs into a man-to-man late in the shot clock. But really, Syracuse hasn't been able to take North Carolina deep into the clock yet.
Off the window, count it, and a foul.
When Kiera Lewis is not on the floor, you got to go deeper into your perimeter. And this is just a nice hesitation. Holoshinska, known as a three-point threat. You come with a short closeout, and she puts the ball on the floor.
First trip to the stripe for the Tar Heels. Couple of buckets in a row for Fisher.
Picking up full court man-to-man this time. You know, sometimes changing the rhythm of your defense and bringing more energy on that end will ignite your team offensively. It just changes the rhythm of the game. See, there's two players on the ball right there.
Long rebound to Fisher off the Stephanie Watts miss. And the kick out, looking for the three-shooter. Off the mark. Watts dragged the pivot.
Really good defense. Watts a little bit out of control, not really sure what she was going to do there. Instead of making a pull-up jump shot off 2 feet, which was probably something Stephanie should have considered there.
That was a paint touch. Missed opportunity, Jaldi Tabda. We have not seen much of Cardoso in this first half. Did not have a shot attempt, 0 for 2 at the free throw line, a couple of rebounds, not in foul trouble.
Boy, that was one.
And that one will go for the Orange.
I thought that was a travel also. Must be the feed that I have that makes the hesitation look like I'm getting travel in it. Maybe it's not.
Under 5 to go in the half. Syracuse Inkster stepping into the passing lane. Spotting up behind the line, short is Fisher. Orange, 24% shooting here in the first half.
Wow, nice execution.
Yep, easy one inside.
No communication from Syracuse with their D. And North Carolina very poised in their ability to attack that defense.
Good box out for Watts. And a foul on the 3 ball. Deja Kelly will head to the line when we come back to Carmichael Arena. Under 4 to go, and the Tar Heels are working on the upset of the undefeated Orange. We'll have 3 in-state college basketball matchups for you Saturday, with Campbell taking on NC State at 4 Eastern in North Carolina. Buffalo and Syracuse in New York. And after the huddle at 8, Florida State and UCF. Sunshine State affair at 9 Eastern, all right here on the ACC Network and your ESPN app.
Boy, Syracuse.
Debbie Antonelli with you here, and Syracuse really struggling. Down 35-22, Debbie.
The guys really put it to BC earlier in the week. Watched a lot of that game. Boy, Buddy Boeheim is really playing well in his return. And then,
just passed his
Florida
dad,
State,
right?
Yeah, Florida State. If you haven't seen Leonard Hamilton's team, you got to watch them. They're really good. They play hard. They're deep. They can really score.
Cardoso and Monacai are back in there now together for Syracuse. Cardoso does not have a shot attempt in 6 minutes. Tiana 0 for 3 so far in this first half.
So you have to allow Cardoso to shape up to the basketball on a skip pass or a reversal. Your first look should be inside, and she's open, and they have missed her some. Now Janelle Bailey in that playmaking spot.
Shot clock winding down. Deep three is good. Holoshinska. Peck was knocked down a couple of those.
But North Carolina really playing well on the offensive end. You know, before ACC play, they were averaging over 90 points a game. They're down to 82, still a high number.
Enxler. That three is good. 6th of the first half for Syracuse.
Coming with high hands on a closeout. Now you hear some communication on the defensive end.
That time the D forced a tough shot. Held ball.
What a great job by Janelle Bailey to get her hands on that. There were 4 Syracuse jerseys around that rim, and she comes down with a jump ball.
Another look. Yeah, they are dominating on the glass here in this first half. Pretty much everything statistically. Kaya with the kick out. Holoshinska, second time in the first half, the Orange have fouled the shooter for 3 free throws.
Holoshinska might like this role coming off the bench. She has been terrific, and North Carolina as a team averages 32 points off the bench. And that was without her coming off the bench. She's been a starter.
Our college football matchup on the final Saturday of the regular season. Florida State and Wake Forest, Saturday at noon Eastern, right here on the ACC Net and the ESPN app. Damon Deeks trying to make it 2 in a row over the Noles. As the regular season winds down. Of course, college football playoff right now has both Clemson and Notre Dame on the inside of the top 4. They square off on Saturday as well. Tiana for 3.
So Syracuse averages 7 threes a game, and they've made 7 already in the first half. Only 2 two-point baskets. I thought it was going to be the opposite, Beth. I actually thought that Syracuse was going to establish Cardoso with their size inside, and Quentin Hillsman's team is going the opposite way.
Yeah, she does not have a shot attempt. The Orange have just the 1 assist here in the first half. Meanwhile, Carolina continuing to shoot 50%.
See, late in that defensive possession, North Carolina, Syracuse matches up in man. So you see the switch, and there's several indicators or a call that Quentin Hillsman has that, depending on the shot clock, depending on where the ball is, you don't really know when they're going to switch from zone to man, but they are most likely going to do it.
Third rebound for Cardoso. Cardoso off the window, that one won't go.
Well, at least they called for an isolation for her. They were working hard to get her the basketball.
Good look. Monakai and Cardoso for 2. Final minute of this first half of play. And the Orange get it down underneath double digits. Carolina has been comfortable and in front all night.
You can tell it's early in the season for Syracuse's defense because sometimes they've got 2 people on the ball, and that's not by design. That's by a lack of communication or not understanding the rotations that Coach Hillsman expects. And he's playing a lot of people in a lot of different combinations. So when Kiara Lewis gets in foul trouble, it changes the personality of the team. You think Coach Bangert's wearing some Air Jordans down there on the sideline? It looks pretty good. I would bet so.
They've led by as many as 18 in this first half. And a foul trying to deny Cardoso access.
Yep. So I like the last 2 calls, Beth. They've tried to get the ball inside and try to isolate Cardoso, and I think that's what Syracuse needs to establish her. If she's only averaging 15 minutes and she's being productive by scoring an average of 14, when she's on the floor, you've got to utilize that incredible offensive weapon around the rim.
It's the second one to go.
It's a defensive
for Cardoso.
Defensive possession. Get Cardoso off the floor.
Shot clock is off here for Carolina.
They match up in their man.
The drive with 1.9 seconds to go.
I'm not even sure Kiara Fisher played in the Miami game, and she's getting extended quality minutes here in this first half with Kiara Lewis with 2 fouls. She's hit a couple of threes. Adding to that depth as we thinking towards the end game here.
Good if it goes. An impressive first half for North Carolina. A 45-32 lead for the Tar Heels. Trying to pull off the upset over 18th ranked Syracuse. Now to Kelsey Dallin and Coach McGraw in the studio. North Carolina has been leading the entire way up on 18th ranked Syracuse. And Debbie, they've been successful at attacking that orange zone.
Well, you have to move the ball, and it's been an emphasis in practice this week. So you see, you draw 2, you reverse it, you attack the defender and make them guard you, then you kick. Again, draw 2, get the ball to the playmaking spot in the middle of the floor. North Carolina doing an excellent job relocating on the perimeter and shaping up to the basketball, and then just a terrific high-low game. Syracuse is a pass to a pass and a half late on their defensive rotations that they must fix in the second half if they're going to win.
Orange just 27% shooting. And North Carolina closer to 50%. Kelly with 13 points. Holashinska with a dozen, and Cardoso quiet. So was Monakai in that first half for Syracuse. Can they turn it around? They were unable to turn over Carolina, and the Tar Heels were +8 on the glass.
And those are numbers in the style that Syracuse plays. Plus on the margin for turnovers and plus on the glass are numbers they absolutely have to have.
On the spin, and an offensive foul called on Lewis, and that is her third.
I mean, once again, dribble with a purpose. There's nowhere to go. There are 3 white jerseys, and she drives into a post-up of Cardoso.
Who had nothing to do with just defend herself, Debbie, in the traffic.
Yeah. So now Quentin Hillsman's decision is, I've got to trust my redshirt senior, that Kiera Lewis, I need her on the floor, because when she's not on the floor, she sends everybody out of position and out of rotation.
Big block by Cardoso. Malakaya in transition. Finds the shooter, Stroutmana. That won't go. One and done again for the Orange. Cardoso running the floor, but then kicks it way back outside without a face-up.
See, I don't understand why the Syracuse Orange continue to take 3-point shots 5 and 6 feet off the line. Without getting a touch to the paint, without reversing the ball. They're doing a lot of shots off one pass, and North Carolina doesn't mind that one bit.
Free throws, let's go. Let's go.
Debbie, they're 7 of 26 from downtown. They only have the 3 two-point baskets. And Cardoso didn't even face up that time she got a touch. She'll come to the side here. Little instruction from Coach Hillsman.
Well, if I'm Cardoso, I'm starting to look at my perimeter players, and I'm starting to say, hey, get me the ball.
Yep.
Give me a chance to shape up. I'm 6'7", I'm hustling to get down to the rim. I'm blocking shots, I'm rebounding, I'm drawing fouls, and you guys aren't throwing me the basketball when I'm on the block.
She did not take her first shot, Debbie, till we were 19 minutes into the game.
Finkley is wide open.
Points in the paint.
Look, if you see that, Finkley has got her defender buried in the rim, and the perimeter's not even looking.
Tiana calling for the screen, dribbling through traffic. Enksler into the lane, gets the look. Well, they got her where they want her in the trap zone, able to throw over the top of it. Nice entry pass into the paint. Finkley. And a foul down low.
Okay, Finkley is an upperclassman, and she shapes up. Now watch this. I mean, you can't be more wide open. 2 feet in the paint, your defender buried in the rim, and they don't throw the ball inside. Okay, I might be cracking some heads, on the way back down the floor if I'm a post player.
You saw the assistant coaches were all hollering to get her the ball.
You have not challenged the front line of North Carolina defensively at all tonight. And one of the things that I thought Quentin Hillsman really wanted to do was to try to get Janelle Bailey in foul trouble, to put her in middle pick and roll situations, to make her have to defend.
Bailey with 10 points, 4 rebounds. She does have a couple of fouls right there at the high post.
That's a travel. Again, it's the indecisiveness of Stephanie Watts. Now, this is a former All-ACC player, a big-time scorer, her first part of her career at North Carolina. Then she goes to Southern Cal as a graduate transfer, gets injured, and comes back. And Courtney Banger told me she really investigated whether she would be good in the locker room and how she would manage being back with the heels. And Stephanie answered all her questions. They only got the block. It'll go to Carolina.
Only Ivory Latta and Coretta Brown have made more three-pointers in Carolina history than Stephanie has.
Boy, those are two really good names. Ivory Latta took 2 teams to the Final Four shooting a 3.
And one opportunity for Bailey.
I mean, look at this, right through the middle of the D. Nobody stops the ball. Deja Kelly could have pulled up also, but an unselfish drop-down pass to get the and-one opportunity for Bailey.
13 now for Bailey. She and Kelly leading all scorers. Syracuse does not have a double-digit scorer yet. Enxler with 8. And here she is using the screen for 3. That's the 8th of the night for the Orange.
She could get hot. She's got a couple of triples playing off that screening action. You know, you only need 2 hard dribbles in a quarter-court ball. That's it. And when you dribble too much like that, you get the ball taken away from you.
Check out Sunday afternoon women's basketball, a doubleheader for you. Virginia and Virginia Tech. Starts at noon Eastern, then it's Syracuse and Boston College. ACC women's hoops better than ever on Sunday. Virginia Tech lost a close one to Notre Dame tonight. And Clemson improves to 7-1. They edged out Florida State, handing the Noles their first loss. NC State a winner over Wake earlier today as well. Jakia Brown-Turner with 23. Yes, the Wolfpack stay unbeaten, ranked number 4 in the country. That could be a really good one, Debbie, when NC State and Louisville get together. And you got some news right on Louisville.
I thought that might have been a shot clock violation. Yes, I do have some news on Louisville. Mary McElroy, the commissioner for the ACC, told us that, you know, we've mentioned Duke and Georgia Tech are in the protocol right now, or on pause. So is Louisville, and they won't play in the ACC until December 31st. That's how long they're paused in action. And that means that they won't play their NC State game this weekend. Miami will take their place, playing at NC State on Sunday at noon. And so far, Louisville has missed 3 games: North Carolina, Florida State, and Miami for the preseason pick to win the ACC. I'm sure that doesn't make Jeff Walz very happy at all.
No,
but it's
there's going to be a constant ebb and flow, really, in the schedule that we're probably going to have to get used to throughout the season. Trying to be as flexible as possible with their schedules. Obviously, safety first for the student athletes. Poole strong around the rim. That's the second foul on Amaya Finkley.
28 three-point attempts for Syracuse so far in the game. 15 two-point.
Yeah, we knew Anya Poole was a good rebounder, but she's putting up some numbers. 11 boards tonight to go with her 6 points. So her 3rd game already for the freshman with double-digit rebounds. That's a telegraphed skip pass taken away by Holoshinska. And the result is an easy basket for Carolina with Ustby. Lewis off the hesitation and the drive, count the bucket. Trying to make something happen. 8 points now for Kiera on 2 of 10 shooting. And the Tar Heels with the lead midway through the 3rd.
4 teams, 2 semifinals. New Year's Day, the college football playoff lives on ESPN.
Coming up next, the All-ACC team will have a complete breakdown of both games, as well as highlights and analysis from tonight around the league. 10 Eastern right here on ACC Network and the ESPN app. Here's a look at our women's scoreboard tonight, Debbie.
Impressive. North Carolina, or Notre Dame wins at home. Virginia Tech got in a little bit of foul trouble. NC State continues to get better and better, and every night it's a different player. Great balance for the Wolfpack. And Clemson, you mentioned 7-1. Delicia Washington is the player to keep your eye on, a newcomer for Amanda Butler. When the Clemson Tigers don't turn the ball over, they are very dangerous.
Freshman Maddie Westbeld leading the way for the Irish tonight. She had 23 in their win. It's been all Carolina thus far, up by as many as 18. On a cold night shooting for Syracuse, and an inability for them to establish anything in the paint.
See if they can get 3 stops, 3 scores. And that was an excellent defensive possession.
Foul on the drive will be on Poole. As Fisher checks back into the lineup for Syracuse.
And Fisher had played 3 minutes total in their last 2 games. 6 minutes in the first half due to Kiera Lewis getting in foul trouble.
Orange 7 of 12 now from the stripe.
Welcome to reverse it.
Oh, open on the baseline. Cardoso able to bother the shot. And the kick out, Holoshinska. Exler has it.
And North Carolina that time put a player in the dunker spot, or the short corner. That really stretches that Syracuse defense, especially when you're trapping.
Cardoso couldn't quite get the angle right. And then Holoshinska is fouled by Jaldi Tabdi. That's her second.
I think if Quentin Hillsman can just get this game to single digits going into the 4th quarter, he'll play as veterans and they'll make a run at it, because they have not played their best basketball up to this point.
Cardoso still with just the 3 shot attempts in the game, 4 points and 5 rebounds. But it's been Bailey, 13 points and 5 boards on the other side for Carolina down low. Jaldi Tabdi. Cardoso with the rebound and a foul. North Carolina will invite her to shoot that all night. She's only 2 for 10 from downtown coming in tonight. Fisher, pass picked off. Holoshinska on the trail, got it.
In North Carolina runs so hard that you defensively have to seek the level of the ball, and their ability to stop and knock down triples on the top of the floor in transition is very good. They've got several players that can do that.
Count the bucket here for the Cuse.
Staying with it inside. Cardoso so long with that reach.
That's the 4th foul on Alyssa Ustby, the freshman starter. Stroutmano will come back in for Syracuse. Career high for her, 25 points in their game against Lincoln. Also had 7 blocked shots in that game, but just 2 of 5 now from the free throw line tonight. And a reach-in foul, and that's the 4th on Lewis.
I mean, you got 3. You know your team needs you on the floor. Or at least I hope she knows that, Beth. I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, she's a veteran. She's 17 points a game last year, first team All ACC.
Watch out. Here we go, White.
15-20 now at the free throw line for the Tar Heels, and they've opened it back up to match their biggest lead of the night. Fisher to scoop off the cross.
I mean, I'm questioning that shot selection a lot tonight, right? But I'm going to say North Carolina's defense has had something to do with it also. I mean, the deep range threes that have been off the mark, and then North Carolina doing a nice job of maintaining that plus double-digit margin on the glass.
Well, and Syracuse unable to knock down the free throws. So they're 28% from the floor, 27% from three-point range, and now 50% at the line tonight. Bailey from 15 got it. She has shown up tonight for the Tar Heels.
Yeah, that's an area that she's really worked on, is her ability to score on the high post. And she's got Stratmana, she's defending. You should run her off some screens. Then she just gets a piece of the ball right there and dig it in.
17 points for Bailey. She's asking for the ball inside. That pass picked off. Williams, easy lay-in. And then got Hansy at the top of the zone. That's on Talia Washington.
I think Syracuse is working hard. I do believe they are working hard. I just don't know if they're working smart. And part of it is because Coach Hilsman has so many young players that he's forced to put in with foul trouble. And it's going to make their depth better. We know they're, like I said, they're a better second half team. They're a better second half of the season team. We sense the frustration, Coach
That's
Q.
the kind of look when your team has missed 21 three-pointers. They've taken 29 tonight. Fisher. 5 out right now for the Orange. Everybody on the perimeter, and another missed 3 and a foul.
Three freshmen, a sophomore, and a senior on the floor right now for Quentin Hilsman. I believe that's what he has.
Couple here for Fisher. For North Carolina, they've done what you've got to do against Syracuse, right? You can't turn it over and give the Orange a lot of points off of turnovers. They have held that in check. They have owned the glass. So Syracuse has not been able to rebound and run or set up that press after made baskets. They've owned the paint tonight. And the assist now 15 on 21 buckets for Carolina. There is a turnover against the pressure, and Fisher draws the foul.
See, that's what you need. Turnovers, get to the free throw line. You have to make them while the clock is stopped.
Fisher hits. Knocks them both down. Their first trips to the free throw line of the season are here tonight. And now Freebies at the other end after the Fisher foul.
How about North Carolina, Beth? You know, to be 0-2 and to play this well at home. And Courtney Bangert has done an excellent job getting her team ready.
Kelly now 16 points to go with 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Top 10
I mentioned
recruit
before
out of Duncanville High School, Texas Player of the Year. Really good get.
That's a great high school program. I mentioned Taya Cooper. She's a player that plays in the WNBA. That's what Deja Keller reminds me of. The same sort of body type, same kind of bounce, same quickness.
Offensive foul against the Orange.
I mean, frustrated, nowhere to go, no one open. So Priscilla Williams decides to put her head down and really not in control. Good players want to make plays on balance, right? And you want to move the ball. You watch North Carolina. Let's see how many times the ball hits the deck once they get into their offense here. You dribble with a purpose to draw a foul. You dribble with a purpose to improve your angle. They're going to call that offensive.
Wow. About a 2-second differential shot clock and game clock. Stroutmana trying to work on Bailey. Janelle held her ground. Forced a tough shot, and now the Heels can hold it. Bailey working on the block. Gets it to go off the window. Largest lead of the ball game, Debbie. They'll take it into the fourth quarter. Poleshinska getting the triple. Bailey, the 15-footer. It's all Tar Heels against the Orange. Check out the ACC Championship Hub for everything you need to know about the ACC Football Championship game, including exclusive Chalk Talks, highlights, games, and prizes, accessible from the ACC mobile app or acchampHub.com.
All about the
Saturday afternoon on ABC.
All about the Tigers, Beth. When you pay tuition at a school, you automatically are required to root for them. It's just the way it goes.
Oh, yeah. 69-47, North Carolina. Tar Heels have led throughout, executing their game plan. They've moved it real well on offense. They've taken care of the ball without turning it over a ton. And Syracuse, Debbie, just seems content to keep chucking the threes and not establishing anything in the paint tonight. 8 threes and 7 twos. And they're sub 50% at the free throw line. That's the kind of night it's been for the Orange. Pass, they had Holoshinska in the corner there.
And she's having a great night. So that's knowing personnel.
Another one-and-done trip. Here's Watts. Poloshinska filling the lane for the bucket. Another assisted basket for Carolina. She got 18.
Poloshinska came into this game 0 for 10 in the first 2 ACC games from outside the arc. She's 3 for 7 and has 18 points.
Syracuse will take the timeout here, 8:42 to go. Trying to chip away. The Heels in control. Terrific night for Janelle Bailey, 19 points and 6 boards, Deb.
Hey, when you put in the off-season work that Janelle Bailey did, down 25, she might be down 30. And working on her diet and her conditioning, you can put up numbers like this. Productive, effective, hardworking, runs the floor every time, provides a defensive presence on the back row. Look at those 19 points and 6 boards. That's a heck of a game so far, and we still got 8:40 to go.
A season high for Bailey on the Lisa Leslie watch list. Kelly, she's got 17. Holoshinska's got 18. Terrific balanced attack. They have moved the ball so well tonight.
Well, the other thing about Deja Kelly, Beth, is she has handled that Syracuse pressure, only 2 turnovers with 6 assists. That's a pretty good ratio. Take a 3-to-1.
Engstler uses the window for 2.
Especially right here on the top of the floor, Kelly has managed the traps, draw 2. And she knows she can drive by Stroutman because she's done it several times tonight.
Short corner, Bailey inside. Cardoso had it and then had it taken away. No Syracuse players are on the glass that time. Poloshinska, no. Lewis, the cross behind the back to the rim. Poloshinska has it blocked. Engstler able to keep it in play. Terrific defensive effort. Here comes Fisher to the rim. Around and out. And a foul out by midfield, or out by midcourt on Stroutman. Here's what's coming up for the Tar Heels. Wake Forest on Sunday, and then a rematch in the Carrier Dome with Syracuse on New Year's Eve. And then some winnable games there to start out the new year.
Got to play who the next game is on your schedule and hope that you can actually play. That's pretty much the way it's going this year. We've got 3 programs in the ACC on pause right now: Duke, Georgia Tech, and Louisville.
Bailey, tough angle and got it. 21 for Janelle. Well, you got an undefeated team coming to town with a hot shot freshman in the paint. And Janelle Bailey set the tone early and has been dominant down low. Cardoso just 6 points, only 5 shots. That's all the Orange were able to get inside to her, as they have taken 34 threes tonight. and only hit 8 of them. Deserved breather, 5.5 minutes on the big lead. They've had it throughout. They jumped out to the 9-zip start and have been up by as many as 23 tonight.
Yeah, I've got to admit, Beth, I thought for sure Syracuse would make a run at it, and North Carolina has led the entire way. They have been dominant on this end of the floor, and Janelle Bailey with a big game for the Heels off the glass.
Got some men's college basketball coming your way Saturday afternoon on the ACC network, and then into the evening, NC State Campbell, Syracuse Buffalo, and 15th ranked Florida State taking on UCF. Triple header on the men's side for you.
NC State men in a tough one tonight on the road at St. Louis. Trail by a couple of possessions in the second half with about 6 minutes to go. NC State's program has been on pause on the men's side for a while. They've missed a bunch of games also.
Reach-in foul on Fisher. So now Fisher, Lewis, and Stroutmana all with 4 personals. Kelly. Under 5 minutes to go. And a bump and a foul with the shot clock winding down. Big news around the ACC this week. A new commissioner has been selected to replace John Swafford in February of next year. And welcoming Jim Phillips to the ACC family, the AD at Northwestern.
Great guy, a great hire. And a big, huge thank you to John Swafford, because we would not be calling this game right now if it wasn't for his efforts to create and help create the ACC network. What a great ambassador for all of college sports has been Commissioner Swafford.
Yeah, you see him every year at the ACC tournament, sitting courtside enjoying the action. Scoop it. Things going Carolina's way tonight. Kennedy Todd Williams, the freshman from Jacksonville, North Carolina's got it.
Well, the young players for the Tar Heels have played really well tonight. Takes the bump, reaches and extends, throws it high off the glass.
7 looking for 8. Well, definitely some things on film tonight for Syracuse to look at. And could this be a launching pad for North Carolina? You know, they were scoring in the 90s in the non-conference part of the season, and the offense went away. Their first 2 ACC games, they have rediscovered it here tonight, Debbie.
I've been impressed. I mean, the 2 games that North Carolina lost, a 3-point loss to Wake and a 4-point loss to Miami. And they were in those games in the last minute, and they didn't execute, or, you know, the other team made a play. And so if you're Courtney Banger, you're not panicked. You know that your team is close. You've got a lot of young talent. Put that young talent to use, especially getting them some really good quality minutes tonight. Their bench has been outstanding.
28 points off the bench. You see Tiana Monacahia there in the background for Syracuse. I think that, you know, there will be a shot selection discussion for the Orange, with Tiana taking 4 shots Cardoso taking 5 shots. And not enough from the Syracuse perspective. Checking to see who the ball went out of bounds on here. It's certainly appeared to be Ustby, and it was.
I actually think they were looking at the clock.
There is a touch for Cardoso. I was just talking about that, Debbie. She's only taken 6. Tiana's only taken 4. The rest of the team has taken 55.
Well, there's a couple of ways you can look at this if you're Syracuse. You can take the attitude that we didn't play well, or you can take the attitude that we got a lot of work to do and there's a lot of areas to improve upon, and the film doesn't lie. So when Coach Hillsman is talking about his defense and about rotations and about coverages in their zone, and when they switched to their man late in the shot clock, they really didn't even get into those rotations too often because North Carolina was so effective moving the ball and getting an open shot. And the Tar Heels took the first open shot that they had. But it was after a ball reversal, after a piece of the paint. Syracuse shot a lot of possessions on the first pass, and I think if you go back and chart that and look at it, that'll be something that this young team will learn. You've got to move the ball.
Syracuse gets it back. Three-pointer is good from Fisher.
Go to your bench. Go to your bench.
That's 3 for her, 3 triples.
Now they want to check the feet of Fisher. Make sure it was a triple.
Playing off the Cardoso screen. Looks to me like she got her feet behind the line.
Yep. Here's what's coming up for the Orange. Another road game at Boston College. Their first 3 games in the league away from home, and then 3 in the Carrier Dome. New Year's Eve, January 7th and January 10th.
Boy, Boston College gave up a 16-point fourth quarter lead to North Carolina State the other day. And NC State on the road came away with a huge win up there at Boston College. So I think they're looking to rebound and play much better and close out a game. Well, you know Joanna Burnaby McNamee will have her team ready to play, the head coach at BC.
$20 for 26 now at the line for North Carolina tonight. Taking full advantage of that.
Watch out.
And Kelly now with 19 points, 8 of 9 at the stripe, 8 assists and 5 rebounds. 3:37 to go. We've got a timeout on the court. Carolina up 20. .337 to go. 21 points for Bailey, 19 for Kelly, 18 for Holoshinska. 18 for Enksler to lead Syracuse tonight. Cardoso, second chance, and 1.
Cardoso came over from Brazil at 15 years of age, had never really played, and didn't understand the language. Used Google to figure out how to speak English. Well, she makes a couple of free throws here. She's got a double-double, and she wasn't really a factor offensively. I mean, it'd be one thing if she took up space and they got open shots on the perimeter, but I think there were many times Syracuse didn't even look inside.
And Debbie, they have now left 13 points out in the ether with missed free throws tonight. It could have made this a whole lot closer and much more interesting if they could then apply their pressure after all those mades instead of misses.
Well, if you're Courtney Banger, this is a great building block for your team, right? I mean, based on what we talked about, you lost a couple of close ones in conference play. Now you get an opportunity to play against a ranked team, get a win against a ranked team.
Poole now with a double-double on the evening. Under 3 minutes to go. A third opportunity, a fourth opportunity. Debbie, they finally look inside to her late in the game, and she's
too late.
Got back-to-back baskets.
She just plays volleyball on the glass against the smaller defenders. This is what you call padding your stats right here. She misses the first. She tips it to herself. That's 1 offensive, 2 offensive, 3 offensive rebounds. Finally, the bucket.
She got the double-double. 11 points, 13 boards. And that is the 5th personal foul on Fisher. .7 rebounds for Kennedy Todd Williams.
You know, I'm going to go back to Janelle Bailey for a second, Beth, just because, you know, she's playing with a lot of young players, and she put up a significant stat line tonight. She made all her free throws. She had 8 boards, 21 points. She went 8 for 13 from the floor. Very effective.
Now with 2:22 to go here, the career watch is on for Deja Kelly here. She's tied her career high with the 19 points. She's also got 8 assists tonight. They've assisted on 19 of their 26 baskets. They're going to be real pleased with their ball movement, their shot selection.
Well, it's what you worked on, and it's from a coaching standpoint. When you put it into play and you tweak a few things, and you don't have a lot of time to prep, but you understand fundamentally what your team needs to be prepared to do to get a win. North Carolina did all those things tonight.
Oh, just in time to beat the shot clock for Alyssa Ustby. Rattles one home. She's got 21. Her 4th triple.
Shooters got to shoot, Beth. When you look at
Debbie, till their arms fall.
You shoot. There hasn't been a moment for me to say shoot till your arm falls off, but Holashinska was 0 for 10 in 2 ACC games coming into this one. She's 4 for 10. And so she hit a couple of early threes, and that is called competition. That's just called confidence and repetition. I think us being consistent, coming off the big game against Miami where she had a career high 17, got the start tonight. Number 1 in white, in the middle of the floor. She's going to continue to get better. And I didn't think we would see any more Janelle Bailey tonight, but she's back.
23 points, 8 rebounds for Janelle. The freshman tonight for North Carolina, 46 combined points. They have shown up, and they will pick up a win over a ranked opponent tonight and end their two-game skid in ACC play. Bailey adding to her tally now with 25. Impressive right from the start for the Tar Heels.
Cardoso just shot a 3. She hasn't taken one all year.
And the Tar Heels will win it 92-68. 4 players in double digits led by Janelle Bailey and Petra Holoshinska, Debbie.
What a win for the Heels to bounce back from 0-2 and 2 tough losses early, snapping a 10-game ACC losing streak. Good job, Courtney Banghart and her team to be prepared and ready.
Carolina, big win over 18th ranked Orange. Now Kelsey, Dallin, and Muffet in the studio.